Hello everyone, welcome to Grade 12 Physics AP, Mastering Kinematics in Minutes. In this video, I'm going to lead you through how to solve these problems. So, these are the three simple steps in how to solve all kinematics problems that you would have on your test. So the first step is to list out your 5 variables, which is the initial velocity, the final velocity, time, acceleration, and displacement. Then you go read the problem and fill in the appropriate values in the variables that you have just listed in step 1. And then put a question mark for the ones that you can't find on your reading. So for step 3, for the variables that are still unknown, in which probably one of them is the answer to the question being asked, use the 3 formulas that I told you to memorize from the last video, and in which, if you have not memorized it by now, here is the 3 equations, and it is the VF equals to V0 plus AT, delta x equals to V0t plus half AT squared, and VF square equals to V0 square plus 2a delta x. So let's start with going through a problem. The problem is an electric car takes 5 seconds to accelerate from rest to 30 meters per second. How much time and what distance it needs for it to accelerate from 10 milliseconds to 110 milliseconds. So let's start off with step 1, which is to list out the variables, which is the initial velocity, V0, final velocity, VF, acceleration is A, time is T, and displacement is delta x. So when we read the problem, we read that initial velocity for the car is 10 meters per second. We need to have a final velocity of achieving 110 milliseconds. Now for the acceleration, we know that it is 30 meters per second from rest. It takes 5 seconds to reach 30 meters per second. So if we divide this, we would reach 6 meters per second squared. Now what we don't know is time and distances, and we are here going to solve this in step 3. So we are going to find the unknowns with the memorized equations. The general rule is that if you can find 3 variables with the values, then you could actually solve the rest using these 3 equations. So now in this case, we have the initial velocity, the final velocity, and the acceleration, and therefore we can solve the duration or the time by using this first formula, which is VF equals to V0 plus A times T. So VF equals 110 equals to V0, which is equals to 10, plus A, which is 6 times T. So if we do reorganize this, we find that T equals to 16.67 seconds. Now, to find the distance or the displacement, or also known as the delta x variable, we could use one of our memorized formulas, which is VF square equals to V0 square plus 2 times A times delta x. So if we substitute this, we would have 110 square equals to 10 square plus 2 times 6 times delta x. And if we were to reorganize all of this, As you can see on the screen, delta x would be equal to 1,000 meters. And thank you for listening to our video. This concludes the lecture. If you are interested in more studying materials, please download our physics app and other AP course study apps. This can be found in the links in our video description through YouTube. Also, if you want to keep up to date with our latest videos for studying purposes, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and please share our videos via Twitter and Facebook. Thank you.